Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today's video is going to be all about buying businesses. So I'm excited to make this video. Like I've said in previous videos, stuff like this gets me excited. I enjoy sharing the information that I've learned, that I know, and just tips in general on how to become more financially stable. So I do want to say this as a disclosure. I am driving, so if you hear background noise, I apologize in advance, but I am being as productive as I can be, and I am making sure that I delegate my time accordingly to get everything on my plate completed today. So if you are interested in this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. So earlier today, I was thinking, what I was going to title this video, and I'm like, you know what? I thought that I was going to title the video, All I Want for Christmas is a New Business, or All I Want for Christmas is Another Business. And so another way that we can become financially stable is by acquiring more assets, acquiring more businesses. And this website right here makes it so much, it just makes it so simple and so easy to do. So if you have not heard about, the website exchange, that's okay. I'm going to be explaining how this works, where you can buy and also sell your business. We've touched on selling your business in the past. There are some people that create businesses and they're like, you know what, this just is not for me. I don't have time for it. Or, you know what, my interest and passion has changed. Or, you know what, this is just something I don't want to do anymore. And so if that's something that you are interested in, then, stick around for the video. So what I'm doing is I'm on this website. I'm going to be sharing the full website with you during this video as well. But pretty much you can browse different industries to shop from. So you can choose books and magazine, electronics and gadgets, fashion and apparel, and so on. And I think it's really cool because not everyone has the same interest. I may want another business selling, magazines and books. But someone else looking for a business may want a business, in maybe the beauty industry. So there's so many different businesses that you can choose from. And you can go ahead and simply browse the business that best fits you. I'm going to be showing you how you can browse the businesses and what everything looks like and how neatly and informative everything is laid out for you. Or for us, I should say. Now, you can get to this information through Shopify. So if you don't have a Shopify account, be sure to click the link down below in the description bar and sign up for your free trial and choose the plan that works best for you and your business. And then if you decide, years down the line, months down the line, that this is not something that you want to continue to do, then you do have an option to go ahead and sell your business, your website, all of the contacts that you acquired via email marketing, and get money that way. Or you also can decide, you know what, my business is going pretty well, it's pretty steady, and I want to take on something else. So this is what I've been looking into, and this is what I've been really interested in lately, is searching for different businesses to buy. So this is pretty much how it looks. Some of them are going to be private listings and some of them are not. It pretty much shows the average revenue, and it also shows the profit. And then it also gives you the price that the seller is asking. Now, you can negotiate the pricing with the sellers, like, pretty much with anything you buy. A lot of times companies or, people will put their business or price their business at an amount that you don't think is really right. And so as long as you can, in my opinion, sell your idea, sell why you don't think it's worth that much in a polite and respectful way. Of course, you don't want to just reach out to a seller and say, I don't think your business is worth this much. Are you crazy? Like, no, it's not worth that much. You don't want to say anything like that. But as long as you can position it the right way, you can definitely negotiate different prices. And I like that about this website. Now, as far as the average revenue, and it also shows you more information, which we're going to get into later on, but this information is pulled directly from Shopify. This is another reason why I like this website, because no one can just go on there and type in a number and say, hey, this is what I make, if it's not true. Shopify, all the information is coming from the Shopify store, from Shopify. So it's verified. You also can see different graphs of website traffic. So you can just see so much information as far as how well the store is doing. Now, some of the stores are not doing well, and that may be a reason that someone wants to sell it. But just because it didn't do well for them doesn't mean it won't do well for you. Sometimes it just needs, a business really just needs TLC sometimes. It needs a point of direction, may need a little bit of money to go into the marketing or to, revamp the branding or the inventory and things like that. Now, what I'm showing you at this moment is pretty much a brief description or summary of why this seller decided to sell their business, a little bit about their business, what's involved in running the business, and also it will tell you if the seller is willing to assist you with connecting you with their supplier or their vendors, and if they're willing to kind of walk you through how their customer service works and stuff like that, or how their Facebook ads work, because a lot of businesses use Facebook marketing and use Google AdSense and use just different marketing platforms. They'll let you know if they have a social media account attached to it or not. And so it also shows you, how many sessions, as far like sales sessions they're receiving each month, the average amount of the sales. And it also shows that it's verified through Shopify, like we kind of touched and went over a minute ago. It shows you the traffic. So it shows you how many people are visiting their website. It shows you about how much they're paying for their Shopify plan and what plan they're on. It also shows you if they're willing to offer personal support. So it just shows you pretty much like a whole summary of this business so that you can make an informed decision on if this is something that you want to work for or want to work towards. Shows how many subscribers they have in their mailing list. And then some businesses also give advice. So if I wanted to contact this seller, I would have to sign in with Shopify. So that's why I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you don't have Shopify, it's okay. I'm just giving you my advice. I would definitely sign up for Shopify just because you have so many perks that come along with Shopify. And if, all goes wrong and you decide that you just don't want to do it, it's not a waste. You know what I mean? Like, you can still capitalize off of gaining your mailing subscribers. You can still capitalize off of the branding and the work that you put behind your website and also on your social media. And you can get return from it. And then not only that, you can sell your business and you can look on here to see if there's a business that you want to try out and try to go ahead and gain that. Now, what I look at when I'm looking at purchasing a business, these are a few things that I look at just to kind of, give you some insight on what's going on in my mind. So I look at how long the company has been in business. I also look at the average amount of visitors. I look at how much their profit is in comparison to what their revenue is, because sometimes you'll see that a store they're doing big numbers in revenue, but their profit is really, really small. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but those are the things that I look at. I also look at if the vendor or the supplier comes along with the store, because if customers are purchasing and they're used to this certain product or this quality of product, I want to make sure that I'm at least keeping that same expectation or going above their expectations, you know what I mean? And so it takes money and time to find vendors. It takes money and time to sample products and to make sure that the products are up to your liking. And so for me, if I wanted to buy a business, I would want them to put me in contact with whoever their connect is, pretty much, like who is your vendor? Who are you getting the items from? And so those are some of the things that I look for. I also look for the help. If the seller is willing to help you at least for the first month, or if they're willing to help you for at least, through the first sale, or if they're willing to kind of explain the advertising outlets that they typically use, I would want an overview. And then I also look at the price of the business. How much are they selling the business for, and do I feel like it makes sense? And then the last thing that I would say I look at is the industry. Is this something that I really enjoy doing? Now, it doesn't have to be something that you're like, I was born for this. or anything like that. In my opinion, I do believe that you should have passion behind it. But for me, like, my passion is helping. So if I find a website where I feel like I can interact with customers, I can still help, I can still provide insight, and I can still share some of the information that I learned along my journey and my life, and it's still fun and interesting for me, I'll go for it. So it doesn't have to necessarily be in the hair industry for me to purchase a business. And then also with these businesses, a lot of the businesses already have their marketing and advertising strategies in place. Like, you can purchase businesses that are established, that are well-established businesses, and they already have everything going. And you may not want to go ahead and just be the face of the business. You may want to keep everything running as is. Everyone has a different reason for selling their business. Not everyone sells their business because it's failing in their eyes. You know what I mean? Again, I use that word very lightly because I really don't believe in a business failure if you've learned something from it. Sometimes knowledge is way more beneficial than any dollar amount that you can make. But on the screen here, it's just showing some of the different businesses that you can look into. So you can look into, businesses that have been up and running for 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months. You can choose the selling price that you're looking at purchasing. Now, they do also have a section on this website where it says cheap businesses for sale. So you can also purchase inexpensive businesses or businesses that, they consider cheap. So take a look at this. You know what I mean? You can also sign up to receive like notifications when new businesses become available. I personally wouldn't just I don't want to say go crazy with it, but I wouldn't just purchase lots and lots and lots of businesses if I knew that that's something I can't take on. You know what I mean? Like, if you are working a 9 to 5, if you're going to school, if you already have your own business, if you're doing, different activities, I'm not saying don't purchase more businesses, but I'm saying be smart about it. Because you want to make sure that you get, the goal, in my opinion, would be to make sure that you are generating revenue from the stores that you acquire. And so if you're not going to be able to put all the energy or, your time into making sure that you're rebranding this business and kind of building it back up and structuring it the way that, you see best, then I wouldn't even take it on. I wouldn't spend the money on something that I know I don't have the time to work at. So I'm just showing you other businesses and, different asking prices and things like that. Now, I also want to say this just as a disclosure. Just because you buy a business and say the business has a history of doing, really well financially, doesn't mean that that's going to continue to happen. There's people that buy businesses and have buyer's remorse, just like with any other product or service. There's people that purchase a business, they're excited, and they're like, wow, this is not what I thought it was going to be. It takes work. You know what I mean? Like, it takes work. It takes vision. It takes, sometimes, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, money. It takes research. I mean, it's a whole new business. So I wouldn't get wrapped up too much in just how the store was doing before you acquired it. I mean, definitely, I even look at how the store was doing before, I look to purchase a business. However, that's not the only thing that I look at. I also look at the potential. So make sure that you are looking at the potential of the business and also asking yourself, is this something that I really would be committed to? No one really has to know how many businesses you have or how many businesses you purchase. In my opinion, there's some businesses that pretty much, I don't want to say run themselves, but take little to no money to continue to fund. There's a lot of businesses that generate lots of passive income with little energy from the owners. And so it just, you really have to do your research and figure out what's going to work best for you, like I say in a lot of videos. So I'm just showing you more stores on here. They also have services. So, best services and consulting businesses. And these companies, in my opinion, have potential to make lots of money. But like I said, you're also going to be doing the work behind it. Now, like I've said in so many videos, if I am not really passionate about what it is I'm doing, I find it really, really hard to stay consistent with it. So I don't even really deal too much with things that I don't have a passion for, just because I don't want to waste my time or anyone else's. And so when you are looking for businesses, or when you are considering purchasing another business, keep that in mind. Yes, we want to look at all the areas that I mentioned, as far as, the health of the store, and, the subscribers or contacts that store has, the monthly visits and things like that. But you also want to see, like I've mentioned, if this is something that you want to do, if this is something that appeals to you. Now, you can also choose to search for companies that are not in the US. So you can choose to search for companies that are like in Canada or South Africa. It just depends, you know what I mean? Like you can really have the flexibility to choose where you want to purchase. So I do want to say this. A lot of people reach out to me and they're like, I don't like the beginning phases of my business. I'm not getting any sales and I'm starting to get discouraged. And so some people, don't work well under lots of stress and under lots of commitment, or what am I trying to say? A lot of people don't like starting businesses from the ground up. You know what I mean? Not saying that you're not going to have any stress with purchasing a business that's already established. Not saying that there's not any commitment that's going to be made on your behalf for acquiring a business that's established, because I believe that, stress and commitment can come with any business, no matter how far along it is. But I'm saying that if you are someone and you're like, I don't want a business from the ground up. I'd rather have a business that's already working, already generating, money, already, known, already has its clientele, its client base. I have my email subscribers and things like that. I already have my Instagram for the business. If that's you, that's fine. There's people that start at all different levels of businesses. And so if you are one of those people, this is a great option for you, in my opinion, to go ahead and look to see what other businesses are out there and what makes the most sense for you. Some people are like, I'm a franchise type of person. I'd rather go ahead and get involved in the franchise business, get a business that is already known to the community, a business that has already been spending money on advertising, getting customers, their website is up and running already, and I just want to run that. So if that's what you want to do, then look into options like that. Look into franchising. I'm going to be making more videos about franchising a little bit later, and I'm also going to be making some more videos about buying and selling businesses. So just keep an eye out on that. Make sure that you're subscribed if you're not already. But pretty much I'm just showing you more businesses, and this is really, really cool. Just the fact that there's a whole website with information on different businesses and opportunities for, people to buy and sell businesses. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.